Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great Sunday and enjoying the beautiful weather that we're having today. So I'm going to start giving you these kind of overviews of and tips of how you can go over the material. So this is very general. I'm not actually going to go into the specifics for cell cycle, cell division, which is going to be cell cycle, mitosis, and in all of the body cells. And then under certain cells, specific cells, germ cells, cell cycle and meiosis. They are quite similar in some ways and then very different in others. So I'm going to give you just the tips of how you can go through this material and improve your learning. And I'm also going to cover the lab. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is refer to the learning outcomes, because how I'm going to write my questions for the tests, I am using the learning outcomes. So make sure you know what this material is, make sure you can explain it, make sure you can identify it. You will get some of this material again on the module quizzes, but as I told you, I have written my own exam questions, multiple choice exam questions, which are based on the learning outcomes, and so they will be written a slightly different style of writing, but still it covers the same material. So make sure you always know how to do your learning outcomes. For example, this first one, differentiate between two kinds of chromosomes, autosomes and sex chromosomes. You actually can see this in the beginning, so I'm going to go that in the next step, but it actually comes up again later on in this module, so you will see this twice. And here it is in the very beginning. What are autosomes? Autosomes are everything that is not a sex chromosome. The sex chromosomes are the ones that determine gender, along with they have many other genes on them, in particular the X chromosome. So that's going to be the X chromosome and the Y chromosomes. Females have two X's, so they're identical. And then males have one X and one Y. Nobody can survive embryonic development without having at least one X, and so it is actually critical for development. So that's an example of, there's the learning outcomes. You've done your reading, and as you go along, you're kind of writing down or making sure that you know. I would suggest that you actually make a document that actually has the answers to these questions, and that would help you be better prepared for the next tests. I've just given you kind of the big picture for all of the terms, but as you go through the reading, you'll see that you go through these terms and you will learn them. So if you learn them, write them down. Make a little Word document so that you can have this information. You can readily access it during the test, so now you have that information right there. Where is DNA located? So this is kind of looking at just kind of the big picture. So in eukaryotic cells, of course, DNA is going to be located in the nucleus, and that's where the nuclear DNA is, and that's going to contain chromosomes. But also, because we've inherited these organelles from prokaryotic organisms, that's endosymbiosis, there is some DNA in the chloroplast organelle and some DNA in the mitochondrial DNA, in the mitochondria. So animal cells, of course, don't have a chloroplast, so this is kind of a mixture of both types of plant cells and animal cells. But all cells, all eukaryotic cells have mitochondria, so they do have their own DNA, and these are from prokaryotic origins. All right, and then for prokaryotic cells, of course, they don't have a nuclear envelope, a nuclear membrane around their DNA. Their DNA is just kind of hanging out in the cell. And that area in the cell is called the nucleoid, which is nucleus-like. So just no membrane covers up the DNA, and that is a characteristic of prokaryotic cells. This is another example of, knowing your terms and knowing what is a homologous pair. Well, in humans, we get one set from our father and one set from our mother. So the green is the father, and the purplish pinkish is the mother. And so these, when this is a karyotype, that's another thing that you have to understand. What is a karyotype? That's a visual representation of the chromosomes. They've actually isolated the DNA during metaphase and then paired them up together. And you can see that homologous pairs are similar in size, similar in organization of the genes. The banding is the genes. These are rather large pieces of DNA, and they're organized by size. And then we have at the very end, we have this one has, this particular karyotype has an X and a Y. So do you have any idea what sex will be for this individual that this karyotype was taken of? What would it be? If you guessed a male, you're absolutely correct. So one X and one Y is a male. So this particular individual is a human male. All right, so the next thing I'm going to recommend that you do is go through each module step by step. Guess what? That's what I've done. You do the same thing. Why it matters, kind of doing a little pretest, how much do you know, and according to what you know in this test, and it's typically, 15 to 20 questions, it will modify your study plan according to what you know. If you know more, you'll be looking at less information in these, or going through it quicker. If you know more, if you know less, you'll be doing every part of the section. And that's actually good because that kind of modifies the study plan according to your individual needs. So it's not like one size fits all, which I like. So keep in mind the learning outcomes again. So when it says characteristics in some phases of interphase, you will need to know them. You'll need to know what those subphases of interphase. So there's the big parts of cell cycle are going to be interphase and mitosis, or interphase and meiosis 1, meiosis 2. So be able to explain what those are, be able to identify what those characteristics are, be able to look at mitosis. This is one of the reasons why you're doing the lab as it is, because you're actually going through this again to show what you know, kind of. So it's a great hands-on practice of that. And then the cytokinesis is where at the very end of mitosis. This is actually not part of mitosis, but you're going to have to divide the cells, because mitosis is all about nuclear division, and cell division is going to be that ending part of cytokinesis. And that is going to be different for plant cells versus animal cells. Do the activities provided in the section to gain knowledge and skills. So you can actually modify this. You can go through each step. For in this case, for mitosis, you can just do the whole thing all together. It'll put all of the synopsis in one, or you don't need it. Just go straight to that little section quiz. Not the actual module quiz, but just a little quiz at the end of the section. So that's typically about three questions. Now here, I do recommend that you go through these videos. These videos are approximately 10 to 18 minutes. They are helpful. They are quite helpful. Some of you do like to see the visual learning, and this is going to be good for you. So take that time to go through these videos to learn the material better. Do the self-checks at the end. This gives you guidance. So I went through here, and apparently I don't know what the difference between an autosome and a sex chromosome is, but I thought I did, but it was wrong. And the same thing here. I thought I knew, I was very sure that I knew, but apparently I was wrong. So I need to go back and review the material again, and then take the self at the end of the section, that little self-check quiz. These are not graded, but they do help you, show you what you need to know and what you do and do not understand, and how sure you are in that understanding. All right, always go at the very end. They have this putting it together. Go over that. It's a great overview. It gives, in this case for cell division, it gives you a diagram which compares step by step mitosis and meiosis, and they are different. And then there's some parts that are similar. This helps you, and then it gives you also a table comparing the two. And that will really help you put it together. These are kind of confusing topics, and what I like the fact that they put them together, but they're showing you, no, there's differences. You need to understand what the differences are. They do happen in different cells. Mitosis, cell cycle mitosis is always all of your body cells, excluding your germ cells. The ones that are going to end up forming gametes, that is going to be cell cycle and meiosis 1, meiosis 2. So only in a special part of the body and special cells does this process happen, because those are going to form haploid cells for sexual reproduction. But mitosis, cell cycle mitosis, is going to form body cells for continuation of the body for growth and development. As soon as you are done with the module, always do the module quiz. Why? Everything is fresh in your mind. You're good to go. Now you can kind of show what you know. Review your answers afterwards. They give you that kind of breakdown for each section, and it's really good. It really helps you see, well, I understand this part, but I'm kind of not so clear on this part. Write those questions down. They will go away. They're not going to stay. This is coming from Lumen Learning, not from me. So write that down and then go back to the module and see what you understand. If you're not getting information, you're not understanding, just ask me for some help. I'd be happy to help you, but you have to give me the questions that you didn't get, because I don't have access to that information. And then finally, give yourself a couple of days, maybe go through, you've gone through your questions, you know now after your first attempt what you didn't understand, and you reviewed that again, and maybe do a quick review of the module and then take your second attempt. And then you should get a better score. You should be able to understand things. All right, for Lab 7, the purpose of this is to actually have a hands-on activity that is apart from the study plan, that is just practicing mitosis and meiosis and asking questions about it. I'm sorry, I've misspelled meiosis up here. I'll fix that. But you do need to do some drawing. Do not copy and paste somebody else's drawing. You draw it yourself. You can do it's a crude drawing. I'm not asking for really complicated drawings, but draw the information yourself so that will help you. That drawing, connecting your hand to your body, is actually part of the learning process. And so it does want you to draw the 5 stages by hand. That's going to be prophase, prometaphase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. And then put those pictures into your Word document and make it one report. Not multiple pictures, not multiple reports, one report. And then also look at the example that they give you. So download the lesson, follow the instructions, answer the questions. Download the lesson for meiosis, follow the instructions, answer the questions, and then finally look and see how to insert the pictures into the document. They give you instructions on that as well. And then finally, there is a grading rubric that I give you at the end of the report. Use that to double check that your work is accurate, your work is complete, and you've answered the questions properly. And that is how I'm going to grade. I don't grade any other way. That is the best way for me to be fair and consistent and even in my grading. This is due on July 2nd at 11 p.m. That is Thursday. Any report that is submitted after that will start having that 10% per day reduction of the grade. And then if you need help or guidance, we can always meet live using the D2L Blackboard Collaborate meeting room. You can also meet with your classmates to go over this material together. There's lots of ways you can do that. You guys have an email address. When I send out my emails to you, you have everybody's address in there. You guys can connect together and work with each other to help each other learn. That's actually teaching each other is a great way to learn the material. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, just please feel to contact me. And have a great rest of your Sunday.